Welcome to my channel. In my last video, I unboxed the Trend Mood Volume 6 box and I asked you guys what you wanted me to review first, and someone wants to drive now. Pretty much all of you wanted me to review the Nabla Miami Lights Glitter Palette first. Now, this packaging is the coolest thing I think I've seen in a long time. It is so nice. I love that the names are on the back here. It's cruelty free, vegan. It has all the information on the back. Like it feels sturdy. It looks nice. It's just like I could put this out on my vanity and just keep it there and just stare at it all the time. It's just, I don't know. There's something special about this. I do want to kind of dabble into the rest of this Miami Lights collection. They do have these, oh, what are they called? They're like bronzers, but I really love Hourglass face powders, and I feel like these Nabla powders that they came out with the Miami Lights collection are giving me that kind of vibe. And if I like these two palettes, these are the first two Nabla Cosmetics things that I'm trying in my entire life. So if I like these, I'm definitely might be picking up one or two of those because I have an obsession with like bronzers at the moment. I don't know. It could be Fenty's fault. It could be Hourglass's fault, but I don't know. I'm just loving this like glowy skin, bronzy, like blush. It kind of looks a little sunburned. That's kind of what I'm into right now. Let's get into the palette. It does get a little dirty on the glass. I haven't even used it yet. I've only swatched it. Well, I mean, I used it, this shade, I like dabbed into it a little bit in my Trend Mood video, and I really like this shade. But it does say that it's $25 US on Trend Mood. I'll link it down below for you guys because I believe it's in euros on the Nabla Cosmetics website. I don't know if I just don't know how to change it to US, but this glitter is really interesting, and you're probably gonna see it better with the swatches, but there is a mix of different size glitters in here. So you do have some like bigger round chunks as well as some really fine like little glitters. It's kind of hard to tell on this shade Scorpio. This is the only shade that's kind of meh to me, but it is more of an everyday glitter. The other ones definitely have more of a pronounced duochrome. It looks really cool, but the kind of brown Scorpio shade is kind of like your everyday glitter. For the texture of these, what I can say is they feel like glitter. Like when you remove them, you know, that grittiness that you get on your eyes. So if you don't like that, I mean, these are glitters, but as far as the actual texture of them, they do not feel gel-like at all. They feel like really, really, really fine sand. Like super fine, like slightly damped sand. So I'm really curious to see how these are gonna apply onto the eyes with my finger on top of eyeshadow primer with a brush, if it's gonna have fallout. I did do my foundation beforehand. I'm not having the best skin at the moment. I've been really bad with my skincare because if you guys have been catching up with my videos, I have scalp skin problems other places, so I've been trying to tend to that and I've been neglecting my face. All right, let's get into the swatches. I did swatch this indoors and outdoors. I normally only do outdoor swatches, but I wanted to show you kind of what they look like indoor and outdoor because I feel like you kind of get a better idea. So I swatched them in the order of doing Aries, Mousses, for Mammoth. Oh man, I didn't read these names. I don't know how to say these names, but I basically swatched them lightest to darkest. Oh my gosh, there's only 4 shades though. You guys can really tell in the outdoor swatches, I kind of zoomed in more. This has a gorgeous duochrome shift on the pink and the lightest shade. That's really noticeable, and I'm really hoping that it picks up on the eyes like that just as well as it does on the swatches and in the pan. But yeah, that's the little swatchy do of the Nabla Miami Lights glitter palette. Now, I did get the Secret palette by Nabla, oh gosh, in the TRENDMOOD box as well. And I feel like these shades go really well with the Miami Lights palette. I don't know if they did that on purpose, but they actually go really well together. So I'm gonna try out this palette and use some of the matte shades just to try out these glitters. I'm gonna try and put all of the glitters on my eyes. I'm not really planning on doing like a whole look, but I want to show you guys what they look like on the eyes, how they apply, if there's fallout, are they easy to apply, do I need glitter glue, do I need a sticky base, is it better to apply with your finger? We're gonna answer all of those questions. So I'm gonna prime my eyes with my tried and true Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow primer. I am obsessed with this thing, so I'm gonna prime my eyes and then I'm gonna zoom you guys in and we're gonna get into trying this stuff out. So we are getting into this. I'm a little iffy on what to do, but I think I'm gonna take the shade Gia. I know how to say it in my head, but I cannot think of how to say it out loud. Let me know if you've ever had that experience, because that happens to me on the daily. Also, I really appreciate that there is a mirror in here. I've had so many palettes recently that I've noticed don't have a mirror, and mirrors are now essential for me for filming. I don't know what it is. Okay, so I don't know why, but pink is probably my least worn shade out of like all colors. I mean, if I'm going for like a full-blown pink moment, I can do it, but I don't know why, but like really pinky blush and pinky eyeshadow like this, just, I feel like it just doesn't flatter my skin tone. So far so good. This is layering up pretty nice, blending out pretty nice. I forgot to look up the price for this palette, but I don't want to take over too much of like lid space because I still want to mainly focus on the glitters. So I'm just gonna take the Contigo shade, that one, and just deepen up and kind of tone down the pink shade. So I'm just gonna put it in my outer corner. I really don't know if I'm gonna be able to use all the shades. I'll find a way. Very rarely do I actually not go through with that claim that I have that we're gonna try out as many shades as we can, and I end up using all of the shades. So I don't know why, I'm just like, what? I don't know if I'm gonna be able to use all of them. Ooh, see, this is something I can get down with. I don't know, like a rustic rose. I'm gonna take a little bit more of that pink and just help blend it out a little bit more. All right, I'm gonna leave my lower lash line bare for the moment because I don't know what all I want to do, but I think I'm gonna take Scorpio, the kind of brownish shade. I'm gonna try it with just a dry brush first, just to see what the formula is like, if it has fallout, and any of that kind of stuff. But I'm gonna put it in my outer corner, kind of where I put that matte shade. It picks up pretty well on the brush. Let's just do some patting motions. Well, that laid down a heck of a lot better than I thought, but I do feel like it's gonna transfer. Glitter transfers on me all the time. If you ever want to put like glitter in one specific spot, it doesn't stay that way, at least on me. Glitter that I think looks phenomenal on is people with like really big round eyes. I feel like they can wear like a crazy big wing and some like bomb glitter all over their eyes, and it looks so amazing. I'm like, why doesn't it look that good on me? So I don't see any fallout with that shade. I did kind of take it in a weird spot over there, but so far so good. And it is pretty pigmented. I'd probably put a shade underneath this if I was going to put it all over my eyes, just because I feel like I can kind of see through the glitter. But now I'm gonna take the pink shade, Mousses. I don't know how to say that word. It's this one. And I'm gonna try this out with a wet brush. So I'm just gonna pick up the product. It picks up pretty well on the brush with this shade as well. And I'm just gonna spray it with a bit of water and see how that goes. And I'm gonna put this all over my lid. Ooh, this shade is stunning. So I definitely feel like it's easier to kind of smooth out the glitter when you wet it, as opposed to just using a dry brush. It's more of a packing motion because you don't want fallout, but with it being wet, it's a little bit easier to swipe and blend out these like chunks. I love the shift of this one. I think it looks so cool. All right, this is what it's looking like so far. You can kind of see, I hope, some of those bigger chunks of glitter on my eyes. So when I remove this, I'm definitely gonna get like a cotton pad or a washcloth with some makeup remover and kind of just hold it on there and then just do one swipe and not really rub it, because my eyes are sensitive to glitter, and that way I don't like the feeling of the like sandpaper dirt getting in my eye. And I'm gonna use this one dry. This is the lightest shade, Aries. I was about to look into the mirror. And I'm gonna put this one in my inner corner. So far, so good in terms of like fallout and application. It's actually kind of shocking me how well this is going. Yeah, that lighter shade, you can really tell those bigger glitter chunks, and you can layer them pretty well. I love how this looks almost wet. It doesn't, you know how some glitters look really like textured on the eyes? I mean, I think the one on my outer corner looks the most textured, but I feel like this almost looks like a Stila, what is it, liquid eyeshadow on my eyes. It doesn't feel chunky on my eyes, and it doesn't look very textured. I'm gonna take Addiction, which is this kind of like blue shade in the center of the palette. I'm gonna blend this underneath my lower lash line. I swear, this is the best palette combinations. Like this Secret palette, I feel like is a pretty good day and night palette with like a couple little pops here and there. And then with the glitter palette, then you got like all the glitz and glamour. And then I'm gonna take this word that I am not even gonna try to pronounce. I'm gonna take it with the same brush and just pat it under my lower lash line, just on that like inner corner part. I'm a little scared about getting it into my eye. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup, and I'll come back and show you guys the finished look. But before I do that, I do want to do kind of a slow up close of what each of these shades look like, how it's laying on my eyes. And I don't see any fallout at the moment. I might see a little dog hair, but as far as all of that goes, it looks pretty good. I'm shocked. All right, so this is the completed look. I decided to use a purple eyeliner from the Cake Liner stack from Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina collection. And I also used the Marc Jacobs Grapevine highliners. Yes, highliner matte eyeliner for my waterline. And man, oh man, I keep looking at this. This is so pretty. I'm really not a big fan of glitters, but I actually really like the formula of these, and I really like the idea of this because it's easy to see, you don't forget about it, because I feel like that was my problem. I did get some indie brand glitters, and they just kind of sat in my drawer, and I never really thought to get them out. This one, it has really pretty packaging, it's see-through, it's easy to like look in your drawer and be like, oh my gosh, like this shade looks so pretty, I'm gonna put it on my inner corner. So I do think it makes you want to gravitate towards it more. The Secret palette, I do want to use more shades of it because I do like how it is looking on my eyes. For my lips, I use the Fenty Beauty Slip Shine lipstick in sheer, I guess. The one that's literally like a lip balm, but it has like the little iridescent glitters in it. But I will say, with this eye look, I love how it looks in person and on camera, but as far as taking pictures of it, it's just not giving me the vibe of what it feels like in person. Like, you know, when you in person feel like, look in the mirror, you're like, oh, okay, I'm looking cute. And then you get out the camera and you're like, what the heck happened? That's what I'm feeling today, so pardon that. But yes, this is my full review on the little Miami glitter palette. I would definitely love to have more glitters like this. I mean, this isn't like super summery in my opinion, but I do think it's more universal to where there's 2 shades in here that I feel like you could use on an everyday basis, and then the other 2 shades, the pink and the kind of purpley shade, are a little bit more like pops of colors, nighttime kind of a look. So I do like how it's evened out. I think it would be really cool to have some like more glitter palettes like this, to have them like you know, they're like in such a perfect square, and it's like the see-through. I don't know, I'm just obsessed with this packaging, and I'm trying to make up excuses to have more things that have that packaging, but whatever. Let me know what you guys thought of these glitters. Do you have any other questions? I initially really honestly thought that they would be more of like that gel consistency, which I am so glad that they're not. I do like these more than the Morphe palette. What is it? I can't remember what Morphe palette it is. 24A Artist Pass palette, I think is what it's called. The glitters in there I had a lot of fun with, but they do have more of that gel consistency to them. But this one I like a lot more because it doesn't have as much of that. It definitely feels more dry to the touch than like gel and clumpy. So far so good. I'm loving this TRENDMOOD box so much. I can't wait to try the Lily Lashes Power Liner. I think that's gonna be pretty epic. I'm so excited for that. Don't forget to hit your notification bell to get notified whenever I upload new videos. There's so many new things coming out that you guys are gonna get blown away, because I have been postponing on buying things and like trying to save up money and whatnot, and now the makeup world is coming to play, and I am ready. I'm ready for you to buy everything. I'm just gonna be throwing money at people. So yeah, we have a lot more stuff to review in the coming rest of the month, hopefully. I know it's been a little difficult with like what's going on in the world and shipping and, you know, that whole part of the makeup world. It's been a little difficult, but as far as makeup releases, I'm glad we're getting back on track with everything. But if you guys want to watch my initial unboxing of the TRENDMOOD Volume 6 box, I'll have it right over here for you guys. This video will be suggested to you by YouTube, and my face will be right here where you click on it and subscribe to my channel.